Okay, you have got to hear this. The news that just dropped from San Diego Comic-Con didn't just shake up the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It basically caused an earthquake. The man who started it all is coming back, but in a way that absolutely no one saw coming. For more than a decade, we knew Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, the hero who gave everything to save the universe. And now, he's going to be Victor Von Doom, a man who thinks the universe belongs to him. I mean, talk about a 180. This isn't just some new acting gig, it's a complete flip of the legacy that built the MCU. The man who literally was the MCU is now coming back to destroy it. It's kind of brilliant. And look, this wasn't just some wild idea they threw at a wall. Joe Russo, one of the directors of Endgame, said it himself. Downey was the only person they thought could handle a character as complicated as Dr. Doom. That tells you everything. They're not just looking for another bad guy, they are swinging for the fences to create a brand new icon for this next phase. So let's really get into this. The biggest star in the history of Marvel is making his official return to their biggest franchise. But this time, he's the bad guy. He's the ultimate villain our heroes are going to have to go up against. This is the huge piece of news, the one that sent an absolute shockwave through the entire fandom. It's confirmed. It's official. Robert Downey Jr. is our Dr. Doom. And he's not just in one movie. He's the new main villain for the epic two-part finale of the whole Multiverse Saga. But to really get how we ended up here, you gotta look at the crisis that kind of forced Marvel's hand. See this incredible casting news? This wasn't the original plan. Not even close. It was actually born from a huge, very public problem they had to solve. Which, of course, brings us to the elephant in the room. The question everybody is asking, what about Kang? Wasn't he supposed to be the next Thanos? What happened to Kang the Conqueror? The timeline here really tells the whole story. The plan was all set. It was going to be the Kang dynasty. But then, behind-the-scenes troubles and serious legal issues with the actor Jonathan Majors made Marvel rethink everything. By December of 2023, Majors was out, which left this giant villain-sized hole in their entire plan. And then, just 7 months later, they filled that hole in the most dramatic way possible, turning a total disaster into, well, maybe the biggest casting coup ever. So, with Kang out of the picture, let's get to know the guy who's stepping up. Who is Victor Von Doom, really? And in an age where we're all a little tired of the same old thing, why is this guy exactly the kind of complex villain the MCU needs right now? Okay, so in the comics, Dr. Doom is this scary mix of, well, everything. He's a literal king, a dictator who runs his own country called Latveria. He's a genius on the same level as Tony Stark or Reed Richards. But here's the kicker. Unlike them, he's also a master of magic. He's a threat with science and sorcery. I mean, how are you supposed to fight that? And this is where his character gets so juicy. There's this classic story called Emperor Doom, where he actually wins. He conquers the entire world, and suddenly, there's no more war, no poverty, no crime. It makes you ask a really uncomfortable question. Is a peaceful world worth it if you have to give up your freedom for it? But just when you think he's pure evil, you get a story like Triumph and Torment. Here, he teams up with Doctor Strange to go to hell. Not for more power, not to conquer it, but to save his mom's soul. It shows you that underneath all that armor and ego, there's this tragic, almost human motivation driving him. All right, so a villain this big, this powerful, he's going to require a pretty epic response, right? And that is exactly what we are getting. The scale of this movie is going to be bigger than anything we have ever seen. It's going to take heroes from every single corner of the Marvel Universe to even stand a chance. The whole idea behind the movie is that pretty much every hero team that's still active has to come together. We're talking Sam Wilson's Avengers, the Forces of Wakanda, the brand new Fantastic Four, and even the more street-level New Avengers. But even that is not going to be enough. The threat of Dr. Doom is so big, it's going to shatter the walls of the multiverse itself. And that's going to bring in some help from a place that fans, like me, have been waiting 20 years to see show up for real. You heard that right. The original X-Men from the Fox movies. They are officially joining the fight. This is the crossover that we all thought was just a pipe dream. It's actually happening. And just look at this lineup. We've got Patrick Stewart back as Professor X, Ian McKellen as Magneto, James Marsden is back as Cyclops, Channing Tatum is finally getting to play Gambit, and they're all going to be on screen with Pedro Pascal's Mr. Fantastic and Anthony Mackie's Captain America. This isn't just a team-up movie, it's a collision of movie history. So here's the most important part. This massive battle isn't really just about beating a bad guy. No, this is all about setting the stage for what's next, for the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. And it might just involve tearing the old one down to build something new. See, Doomsday is just part one. The sequel, Avengers Secret Wars, is where this whole crazy multiversal story comes to an end. And in doing so, it has the power to completely change the MCU as we know it. The head of Marvel Studios, Kevin Feige, has even talked about it. He once said that reboot is a scary word, but he's also talked about how Secret Wars could be their big chance to start fresh. So what does a soft reboot even mean? Well, think of it like this. They could merge the best parts of different universes, like, say, bringing the X-Men and all their history into the main MCU timeline for good. It would be a perfect way to give a final, emotional send-off to the actors we've loved for years, while also opening the door to eventually recast iconic heroes like Iron Man or Captain America for a whole new generation. And that, of course, leaves us with the biggest question of all. After the war with Doom is over, after the dust from Secret Wars settles, what's left? Will it be the MCU we've known for all these years? A totally new universe? Or something in between? For the first time in a very long time, the future of the MCU is a complete mystery.